Previously, we have made a collider. So the head as well as the lightsaber is a collider. So we sort of add not only collider but also rigid body to the head as well as lightsaber, and there is a heat laser here. And let me just adjust the laser a little bit to make it more like a laser. Okay, let me make it. Okay, good. And of course you can change the color as well. There's a bit transparency, and yeah, let me just do it this way. Okay, and yeah, this maybe, yeah, never mind. Okay, so as I said, the collider usually have two set of functions. One is actually the collide with the rigid body. The second is we don't want it to collide, but rather we use it as a trigger. So say if you enter into a sort of automatic defense force field, and the Jedi will automatically trigger his defense system as just turn his lightsaber round, so you can never shot that Jedi. I think I seldom saw Jedi got shot by the laser in the movie, so yeah, there must be some of the automatically defense mechanism. And of course, what we can do in Unity is that we can make that automatic trigger as well. So let's try to do that. So instead of let me add a game object. Say let me add a sprite. A square. So we got the square here, and what I'm going to do is to make it more like a wall. So this will be our zone. So say if you enter this zone, and you sort of trigger that. And of course we use the same method to add a collider. Let me add box collider 2D, and for you guys to see the collider clearly, I can just get a sprite renderer down, so you will notice that this part is the collider, and it's just have the exact shape as the box that we just scaled up. And for now, it's just a collider, but I want something more, so I'm going to rename it as say field, right? And at the right side of this inspector panel, we can see that there is trigger. Now I think default is not checked, so we need to check it, and this will just transform this collider into a trigger, and we use that a lot in the game development. So instead of collide, they sort of trick something. Okay, so yeah, you can pause this video and you can write the code yourself to practice. It's pretty similar with the on collision enter, just like the lightsaber hit the head. You try to write that code yourself and try to print out in the console about some words when you hit this trigger. Okay, pause the video now. Did you get it? Well, here is a tricky question, because it's pretty tempting to write a script and attach that to this trigger collider, but in fact it is not the case. We normally think that hey, this is a trigger, so if you want to carry out a certain sort of logic, once you hit this trigger, you should attach the script on this field. But rather, the only thing you need to do is just to check this field as a trigger. And what we're going to do is to attach the script onto this object that you want to enter this and trigger field. Okay, let me show you how. So if you look at right side, you can see we got the hit logic script here. So let's double click hit logic, and we got this onCollision enter 2D. Instead of just the onCollision enter, because that is the script we previously write, and we can enter another script and say this. The Copilot is amazing. That's the reason why I use it. It's sort of just to guess what I just want to write and change it on trigger enter. And they even got the message written out for me. Oh my god, we just hit collision and game object name. And once you enter it, you will just, oh my god, we just hit something. But in fact, we're not actually hitting. So we just go through something. And we just get the collision game object. And we can print that name out. Okay? So if you save it, and let's try that out. Let's go to this Unity. Let's compile it. Yeah, let's run that to test it. Okay, we can't see it right now. So let's just open the console and let's clear all this message out. Okay, let's go. We haven't hit anything yet. Yeah, we just, oh my god, we just go through field because I named that field, and we sort of accidentally hit our lightsaber, and the counting just go up and up because every time I hit, there's a lightsaber just go up. And of course, I just enter the field 4 times, 5 times, okay, 6 times, 8 times, 9 times. Okay, so this is a good way to write trigger. You first make a certain trigger and you make it invisible so the user can't see it when they play the game, but you know it because you are the game designer. And once they enter into a certain field, you can trigger a series of action. For example, if you're making a sort of a horror game, and then you enter say a boss fight room, and the room just automatically closes all the doors and all the exit routes, so you have to, in a confined area, then you have to go through a fight, right? This is pretty good. Okay, that's basically how you can write the trigger rather than just write a object that you have to collide. You can just make that object render GOM, but that object still here and do not have a rigid body, so you can just go through it, and it can act as a trigger. So if your project just become complicated, you can just delete this debug code, but rather write some logic in here so that it will trigger and carry out all this logic, right?